Welcome to the CIRCUS podcast, a podcast for lost individuals. If you're lusting for debauchery, wear your clowns. Nano and Junior is not with us today. And this is the CIRCUS. Let me let that ride out for a little. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Junior has taken some personal time off to focus on his, on his personal life. He knows he owes us an episode. Excuse me, I'm over here shuffling with the boards. All right. Before I begin, I want to give a big thank you to our listeners in the United States, the United Kingdom, Germany, the Philippines, the Dominican Republic, Switzerland, India, Colombia, Canada, Vietnam, Cyprus, Israel, Kenya, the United Arab Emirates, Indonesia, Spain, Turkey, and Chile. Thank you. What's going on, my friend? You can say, go ahead.
Ain't nothing, man. Chilling. What's going on?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have a very special guest, a friend of mine for 15 years. I did the math, bro. 15 years. I met him TSA. We used to work there a long time ago. I call him my OG when it comes to the travel mongering, traveling lifestyle. We were passport bros before that was even a thing. We went to the Dominican Republic in 2010, and since then it's been a journey. Welcome, my friend. Welcome.
Thank you for having me on the show.
For his security, we're gonna call him SWAGGA. SWAGGA, welcome to the CIRCUS.
Thank you. Like I said. Thank you. Like I said, I appreciate you for inviting me on the podcast, and let's get to discussing some of this history we have together.
How do you feel?
I feel great. Today I feel great. I woke up today thinking I want to take another trip. This plan of my escape, for the first time, I want to say, actually, for the first time I traveled with my dad. Maybe last month I took him out the country. We was able to bond a little bit together, and it's something I think is very special that every man should do with their father before they have their father, or anybody that's a father figure to you.
Damn, that's good. Now, I call you my OG because you're the one who put me on.
Mm-hmm, correct.
Before I met you, before you took me out to Santo Domingo, I was doing my own thing, my own mongering thing in New York. I was a Backpage connoisseur. I was on Backpage, I was on Craigslist, and I was knocking hoes down here. I don't know how we got into the conversation, but then you opened up. He's like, yo, let's go to DR. And I'm like, what? And then he continued. He's like, yo, let's just go. So I took a chance. We went out there, and my eyes were open. So I want to ask you, do you have an OG? You didn't wake up one day and said, I'm going to go to DR. Back then, there was no YouTube. There was no social media. So things like that, it was word of mouth. Do you have an OG?
Well, I'm going to give you a short story real quick. So how I got started with it was, like you said, we were working at the airport. I was part-time. They kind of forced me to stay and do overtime. And when I did that, I was doing a Dominican flight. And when I seen the women on the flights, I was just amazed and how approachable they were. They were very nice, very respectful. And I was intrigued. I'm not going to lie, I was intrigued, and I wanted to travel. I met a lot of even guys that was, just telling me to go out there and just, explore. So fast forward, I went to a different terminal, as we all know, where I was introduced to a certain individual who was my OG, who still is my OG. I respect him. The older I got, I really respect him more. He put me on to the really Dominican Republic, but he was going everywhere, and he was showing me things that I can only imagine. Like in my back then, I was only like, wow, I only seen this in movies. He was showing me pictures. He was in Thailand. He was in Japan. He was in Colombia. He was in places that I'm just now trying to get to, And he was doing that 15 years ago.
That's crazy.
So
That's crazy. Shout out to him, man.
Yeah. Shout out to him. We was able to rehatch our relationship and just be on speaking terms. So. That's a good thing. I showed him the respect that he deserves because he opened my eyes, and I was able to open your eyes and many others. And, it is what it is. And like I said, he opened up my eyes to the Dominican Republic. He put me on to how to move, which I think is very important when you go to other countries, how you behave, how you move, how you treat people, how you present yourself,
That's my grandfather right there. My boy Swag, he calls me his son. Now, you had your eyes open. Somebody put you on. And, of course, I'm one of the people you put on. Have you put anyone else on along the way? I'm sure you have.
Yeah. I put on a few other individuals. I would say at least about 6 or 7. And
out of those 6 or 7, how many do you know of continued the rite of passage?
You just gotta understand we're different with it. Some people go once every 2 years, once every year, or they just started just traveling. The period. Oh, they got wifed up. So, but out of the 6 or 7 of them, I'm gonna say a strong 3.
And that's including me.
No, that's besides you.
Got you. All right, so let's fast forward to today. How many countries have you gone to so far?
Let's see. I've been to a few countries.
Well, let me rephrase that. As far as the mongering goes.
Okay, well, as far as the mongering goes, I don't even know if I want to mention this too much because I don't want a lot of the people going in and messing things up. But one of the countries that I think that a lot of people sleep on is Turks and Caicos.
Tell me about that.
I was able to be fortunate enough to go to Turks and Caicos last year, my birthday, and it's a beautiful place. It's one of the most safest islands I've felt. I felt the most safest on any there than any other island I've been on. It's money. You gotta have your money right there. It's not Grand Turks. This is Turks and Caicos. This is Grace Bay, to be exact. A lot of celebrities, a lot of people with money. You can go out there, you can fake it till you make it, but you're gonna be exposed if you don't have it. So we get to the juice. So I'm partying with a female of mine, and we go on this. They call it. It's like a boat, but they call it. It's a raft. It's called Noah's Ark. It's an ark actually. So a lot of people go there. It's on I believe it's on Sundays. So I was fortunate enough to, when I was partying there, Drake was in town. They considered Drake the mayor of Turks.
Really?
Yeah. He's like, anywhere he goes is they praise him, man. He does a lot for the community out there, according to them. So that's how they make their money. Everybody's making money there, man. Everybody. Fast forward. So I'm on the boat, the women on there, and they coming from everywhere, man. I'm not even gonna talk about the American women who lose their American mindset when they're there. It's just they're like the rest of the women throughout the world. They anything if they want you. They got ones that's just giving it up. They got people that's charging. So in my case, I was fortunate enough to run into a nice young lady who was from Colombia.
Okay.
I don't want to go too deep in her story, but basically,
it was available. She was ready.
She was available. She was she was the best looking girl on that ark.
Really?
And this ark is not like a little floating. This is an ark. You have you have VIP tables. You got bars, bathrooms. They cooking food. There's drones everywhere. It's pretty much amazing, So shout out to Turks and Caicos. But back to her. So I was able to get her attention, because it came a little easy for me because I already know the vibes. I felt it out. I'm with it now. To remind you, I'm with a female of mine's, and so I'm trying to play it off, but she's actually into girls too. So it was kind of, I was able to kind of like, get this girl's attention, start talking to her, make the judgment on if I want to take her back, if I can, So I like to politic a lot and talk to people and get to know other people from different backgrounds, different cultures, whatever. We all men at the end of the day. We all human. So that actually helped me get further, with her.
Okay.
Long story short, they was basically, they was her protection, her sponsor, So I made sure my female friend was okay with that. Offered her, some, something nice to come and enjoy the rest of the evening with me and my female friend. It was a birthday that I always remember. She's a beautiful girl, and like I said, that's not. It was a lot of them out there, bro. So
Turks and Caicos.
Not to keep talking about it like that girl. There was a lot available, and what I noticed which opened my eyes even more to this mongering and traveling and passport bros activity. A lot of these girls that's from the main islands that we normally go to relax.
We could talk about it. It's already on YouTube, brother.
Well, the
Dominican
Colombia,
Republic. Yep.
And even Jamaica, bro. Haiti, they coming from everywhere, bro. Guyana, these women that are looking for, a better opportunity in life.
They're in the Caribbean and Central and South America.
Yeah, so what they're doing is they're traveling.
Especially the Venezuelans, my bad.
Yeah, definitely them. Those are my favorites, by the way. Number one right there.
So let's go, bro.
I don't think I'm going to Venezuela.
Anytime soon, right?
Nah, I don't think I'm going at all. They're on the list with. But anyway, so what I did notice is a lot of these girls are going over there into Turks and Caicos. It's just they're flying in and out from Turks to DR, from DR to Turks, and back and forth, wherever country. But there's a mixture. I was amazed. I was shocked to see so many of these type of girls going to this place. Because remember, I said this place is very expensive. Very expensive.
When you think, and I mean not you, like in general, people. When they think of Turks and Caicos, they think of one of those, like Aruba, one of those islands that you go with your significant other. Mm-hmm. But it's also there, hidden and available.
Well, it's to me, in my opinion, I'm just gonna say it like that. Turks and Caicos is for, it's for people. You can go there with your significant other, but it's mainly for people with money.
Gotcha.
Money. You can't go there playing around. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to have your money right, but you can get into a lot of things. Now you can turn that into whatever you want to turn it into. You can have a great time with your significant other, and not see that. I mean, it's not like how it is in DR. They're not like just walking around like, yo, what's up?
We're ready.
But when you have the eyes and you can kind of feel, you can kind of see what's going on. And I won't say that it's like that throughout the whole Grace Bay and Turks and Caicos, because I didn't really see that. But when I was on that arc, I saw that. That's what was going on that arc. Now, like everything else, like I went to clubs, I went to the beach. I didn't really see that. What I did see was an abundance of beautiful women from all nationalities.
Where I want to go, bro?
That?
I want to go to Tanzania.
Yeah,
I want to check that shit out. I love my black women. I love my black women.
That's definitely on the list. Definitely on the list. We gotta get one of those trips in before we retire. I don't know if I ever retire, but know what I mean. To
touch on what you were talking about, these girls that island hop and shit like that. Mm-hmm. In this country, you got girls 304s.
You go to Miami, they go to other places.
They call them cross country. Mm-hmm. That certain things I may say on the podcast, you may know already, but it's not for you. It's for the listeners who don't know. So they call them cross country. That's when these girls go from state to state, city to city to sell sex. And in the Central, South American countries and the Caribbean, that's what these girls do. Especially Venezuelans. They all over the fucking place.
Well,
Oh, you can curse, bro.
well, yeah, I know. Well, to keep it 100%, like I said, going back to Turks, I'm referring to that only right now. I seen a lot of American girls, bro. You know, like I had a few, and you know, some of them was white, some were black, some were Hispanic. You know, and you're picking and choosing, but it's not like it's not openly like, yo, I wanna. Some were, I'm not gonna lie, and somewhere you talk to them a little more, and then you can start seeing the liquor's going, and things happen.
Let me ask you. Do you consider yourself a monger?
Of course.
Okay, that's one. Two, do you still monger in this country?
I haven't done it in this country in a long time.
Why?
I just feel like, for me, my personal opinion, I feel more safe doing it out of country. Like here, the laws are totally different. I mean, there's laws other places, but it's kind of lenient. Like, I mean, well, to go back, let me backstep on that a little bit. Like, I go to Las Vegas and stuff like that. I'm definitely gonna take.
You're gonna touch something.
Yeah, I'm gonna touch something out there because it's there. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, I look at it like this. If it's not where I gotta go find it and search for it and take
it's right there.
It's right
in
there.
Front of you.
So I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm a man, and I'm at a stage in my life where when I go somewhere, a part of my vacation and my relaxation is a woman. And I want to enjoy that. That's just my opinion. That's what I do. But yeah.
This is a judgment-free zone, my friend. Over here, we love whores. Now I know you personally.
Mm-hmm.
You're not a goon. What I mean is, no homo, bro. No diddy. You're and I'm gonna say this for me. I'm not a woman, but I'm gonna say you can get bitches. Mm-hmm. I know you. You're capable of bagging bitches. I know your story. Whatever. But why do you monger? Is there a specific reason? Or you just like to get your rocks off? It's there, fuck it. Let me have a good time.
I mean, for me, like you said, I don't want to toot my own horn. I never really had a problem with getting, beautiful women. I've had beautiful women fall into my lap at times in my life. I just enjoy women, and I enjoy different women, like from different countries, man, like just having the access to just be around different cultures, and it's not really a learning experience for me. It's just being greedy. I'm be honest. Like, who don't want to hear girls speaking another language that you really don't understand? That looks amazing. And it's not always easy to get a different girl from a different background, a different culture where you live. It's not always easy. I get a few beautiful women. I've got a few. More than my hands can count, but it's not easy. Now, when you go to these countries, it's a little more accessible for you to get them, or at least have a conversation with them, Like, I don't know. I think it's something in the water when they come to America. I guess they look at the girls that's here and they're like, well, I look 10 times better than them. So if they getting this, I'm going to make them do that. And it's that mindset that we fighting, that we having a war on today right now in this country. What you could do for me before I can even entertain you, with these women out here. But like you were saying, like I'm a whore, man. I love women, and there's a lot of countries like like we said, that I don't want to get to, and that's just what it is. I love different types of women. Indian, black, I don't give a fuck, yo. As long as you look good, you smell good, you're clean, and it's always good to be safe. When you go in these places, use your brain, use your main head, yo, because that look, those looks, a lot of people lost their lives because of this shit, yo. So you have to be very careful. You
went right into my next question. For those that are listening, and I'm gonna just use this island, I'm gonna use Dominican Republic, and I'm gonna use Colombia as an example. For those that are listening that have never been out their country, I got listeners in Canada. I got listeners in the UK, Germany. I got people in Africa and India listening. You've been to Sosua. You've seen Africans there, right? Am I right or wrong?
It's Africans in Sosua?
Visiting.
I Yeah, shit. I'm African.
Okay, you've met Canadians, you've met Germans, French people, different people. My point is,
I've met people from a large background of different individuals from
around
Canada, UK, Germany.
okay. So for those that are listening that never been, that do have an interest in going, it could be the Dominican Republic, it could be Colombia, it could be Thailand, Brazil, wherever they have their eyes set up on. What would be your advice for them, first time travelers? What should they take heed to?
See, that's more of a. I think it's a lot of answers to that right there, but breaking it down.
And give it to the basics, just the basics. You don't gotta go too deep.
Yeah, I like to give information, but first of all, number one, just be safe. Don't do what you wouldn't do in your own country. Just because you go into a third world country don't mean you could just break the rules and be an asshole but just go there. Go have a good time and shit. Like, do exactly how you would do here, but I would say be more respectful because it's a country that's not yours.
It's not your home. You don't know. You in somebody else's backyard. You got to play by the rules.
You got to play by the rules. Stay in the rules because they can make shit up as they go. These women are friends with these cops. They having sex with them. They could play you. So I always tell people, I'm old school with it. Like, I've been going to DR since 2006. Me and him started going to DR 2010, but I've been going since 2006. And what I was taught was, what I've learned is I think it's best that you have somebody that has, experience with going these places. Now, if you don't have that, still, I think you can still go. You should still go, but you should talk to people while you're there. Especially in Sosua. You can't miss nobody. It's 1,000 motherfuckers in there. You figure out what you like. And I'm being honest. If you're a fucking white guy and you like to hang out with white people, there's a spot for you there. If you're a black guy that like to hang out with Germans, there's a spot for you there. There's, just walk around. It's not a big place. You'll see. You got the people that mix in and you got the people that segregate. I don't think it's racism. I just think it's just, some people
they go where they're comfortable, where there's what's familiar.
Some motherfuckers want to just watch soccer all day and drink fucking whiskey, or whatever. But I've hung around with people from all backgrounds when I was there without you, So I've been around people and I've got knowledge on real estate and not too much of it, but I'm still learning. And just that comes with hanging around with different people. I get everybody's opinion: black, white, Hispanic, Asian. I even ran into some Ethiopians from Canada when I was there one time without you.
Earlier, you were talking about the females coming out here from those countries. Some of them, like you said, their head goes up their asses and they forgot that they used to sell pussy back in their country. And some of them go right back into it, selling pussy out here. Now, we live in New York City. I live in Queens. I've taken Junior out to Roosevelt. Have you seen the strip of Roosevelt?
Of course I've seen that.
What was your impression about that?
I mean, my honest opinion, it's fucking dirty. But, with these countries we going to,
New York is a third world country right now.
It's almost like being there. But my opinion on Roosevelt is this, like I said, the rules are different here. You can go there, you can have a good time 100 times. I'm 99 times out of 100. Just gotta be careful. You got the police out there. So that's why I'm a little different with it. I like to take my trips. But, if I'm drunk enough, I might go to Roosevelt, take a chance. But, a lot of the girls, like you hint, like they came from those countries that we all visit. They come over here. Some change, and they act better than what they were. Some are still the same. They still whoring. You'll find a little bit of everything coming from these countries. And, you just got to figure out what, see what's going on with them. I ran into a few, like I told you, went to the strip club. I ran into 2 girls that I already hit when I was in Sosua. They showed me love, but they was about American dollars now. So me, I'm hitting. I was hitting them for about 3,000 pesos at the time was, I think it was equivalent to about $54. When I seen them out here,
How much they was asking for?
and this was about a year and a half later. She was talking about 150 for VIP, and I'm like, I wouldn't dare give you 150
In the strip club.
in the strip club.
And did she say what service? Full service or?
Not even. She was trying to rush me like I was an idiot. I think she was talking about head and shit like that. I was like, nah, I'm alright on that one. Like basically, my lap dance that I paid for was the same amount of money as I paid her to fuck her in Sasua. But like I said, that's just her. And we were in an environment with a lot of money around, so of course they're gonna go for the most. Come on, I'm not mad at them. It is what it is. Just like when we lose one, we gain 10 of them.
That's a fact.
It is what it is. And same thing with them. They lose one of us, they gain 10 suckers. It's always gonna be. I don't want to call you a sucker, but there's some suckers out here that's making the game fucked up, and I think.
What are some of the things that they do that fuck it up for the rest of us?
I think that's, good thing about having this podcast. We could talk about those things. So when you guys that are listening and y'all haven't been there, or you have been there, you could brush up on your game before you go. Or you could just, next time you go, you have a little bit better, game. So, number one, stop overpaying. Stop overpaying, guys. Stop it. Now, be fair, be fair, like, I don't know. I don't want to tell you some shit, and I don't know, like, as far as, like, the going rate in your state, country, wherever you from. But, try to...
Haggle.
I wouldn't say haggle, but try to, like, look at the amount of money you would spend in your country, right? So, just look at how they look, Stop falling in love. They don't really love you at all. They look at you as money.
Don't fall for it.
So, to me, like I said, like I came from an old era of going to the Dominican Republic, like when girls were 800 pesos, So now,
damn, son.
Now the average is 3,000, 3,500 pesos to 6,000, 7,000 now.
I remember we went when we fucked that girl, and I gave her 1,500 pesos, bro.
That's a long
and we
time.
both smashed.
Yeah,
who went first, me or you? I don't even remember.
I don't even remember, man. I don't. But
1,500 pesos. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think But as I explore and talk to other people, especially a lot of people that live in the Dominican Republic and live in Colombia, those prices change for the people that actually live there. So when they know you don't live there because they don't see you,
they're gonna give you the gringo prices.
They're gonna give you the gringo prices, the tourist prices, So, that's why it might be good for you to haggle a little bit. It might be good for you to take your time, and
don't be thirsty. Don't jump at the first offer you get, the first person you see.
I just say, act like you've been here before. Act like you had pussy before. Act like you've been with a beautiful woman before.
Yeah.
She needs you more than you need her. Like let's just say, for example, let's just be an asshole. My $50, $40, I can find somebody that will take that before she finds somebody that'll pay her $150. I mean, depending on what the girl looks like. That's why I'm saying we hold the power, guys. So
to give you some perspective, 1,500 pesos in the Dominican Republic is like $25. Right? Give or take?
Yeah, give or take. About 25, depending on the day. About $25.
And we both fucked for 1,500. That's crazy.
Actually, it's about $30. So, because 1,000 is 20, 500 is 10. So, it's about $30. Give or take, a little more, a little less. Whatever.
Jeez.
But yeah, so just haggle a little bit, and try to just work your way, man.
Let me get your opinion on this. I know a guy. He's never done this shit before. He never been on a trip. He's never been on a guy's trip. He's never been on a mongering trip. So this was 2022, November of 2022. I was tired of going to the Dominican Republic, so I wanted to switch it and go to Colombia. So I organized a little group guys trip, and this guy, He's never been in one of these trips before. He goes for the first time. He goes for the first time, and he falls in love with Colombia. Mm-hmm. He meets a female, gets her number, and the guy trip. It takes its course, and then we all go back home. The following month, he sneaks to New York. He tells his girl at the time, "Listen, I'm gonna go to Nano's house for the weekend, and I'm gonna be in New York for the weekend." And then he flies to Colombia for a quick weekend trip. While he's out there, he buys this girl, I believe, a $500 phone. I don't remember how much it was, but that was the price. $500 for an iPhone. And his whole thing was, when I come out here, I want to link up with you, and I want to chill with you. So here's the iPhone. Mm-hmm. Okay. He does his little weekend trip. He comes back to New York. Then he goes back home. Then I think, let me see. That was about December 2022. February 23, last year. He goes back to Colombia. Mm-hmm. He can't get it out of he's addicted. Remember, he's never done this shit before. Mm-hmm. He's fucking addicted. He meets a different female, and he cuts off the girl that he bought the iPhone for. He cut her off, and he fucking picks up another one. And then that same trip, he gets her name tattooed on him. And then throughout the whole 2023, he fucking just keeps going back and forth from he lives in Philly. From Philly to Colombia, Cartagena. And he's just wifing up this fucking bitch. He's buying her gifts. He's spending money. He's getting her apartments. He's buying her furniture. And he's just blowing money. BMF, blowing money fast on that bitch, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to hear the rest of the story, you can go back to episodes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm talking about Junior. What do you think about that whole situation? You don't have to know the specifics. I know you know whatever you've heard.
I mean, I just heard a lot right there. There's a lot to digest right there. Like, you want to hear my honest opinion?
Let's give it up for my man Junior. Shout out to the babysitter. Okay, yeah, I mean, I want to hear your honest opinion. And not to bash him. He knows. He knows he fucked up.
I'm not bashing anybody. I'm gonna give you my honest opinion. If you take it that way, you take it that way. I don't, Junior knows all respect. But for me, I don't want to sound like I'm, playing both sides of the field. But number one, I don't think it's, this is my opinion now. This is no disrespect to anybody, but I don't watch another man's pocket and what they doing with their money. What they doing with their time, who they want to be with, now, as a friend or a family member or whoever, or somebody.
Which advice, I am. I'm a family member, and that's my friend at the same time.
Yeah. Seeing that, you don't want to see whoever, your friend, your family member, go through certain things like that, And this is why, in my opinion, I feel like you should start off somewhere a little slower first, like as far as for me. And I see it happen in the Dominican Republic too, but I think like that would have been a more controlled environment for him first as a first trip, because I'm not gonna lie, we got time in the game, me and you both. And when we took that trip to Colombia, it's just a little different,
Oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, my boy SWAGGA was on that trip with us in Colombia.
Yes, and it hits a little different. The women over there, in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinion, they're a lot better looking, and you got some beautiful women in the yard. We all know that, but Colombia is just a different flavor.
What makes them better? Is it the surgeries? Is it the skin complexion?
Before I get into that, let me just finish
what I was
saying about the situation. Like I said, some people are gonna go and do what they want to do. As far as listen, if you got money to blow fast and you do what you want, you do what you gotta do with your money. That's your money. Like I get it. We've blown a lot of money on girls in indirect ways. We take flights, we book hotels, we pay for pussy. You know, so it's still blowing your money no matter the way you do it. If I'm spending 60 on it, but he's spending 500, eventually I'm gonna get up to that price regardless. You know, but you know, I understand where you're coming from and what you're saying, but we gotta understand there's always gonna be somebody that's gonna do those things. No matter what you tell them, there's gonna be somebody that's gonna do those things. And that's the reality that we have to deal with. Like at the end of the day, nobody wants to see their friend or their family member doing that. But I feel like when you listen to this podcast and you hear us, you know, it's my first time, not my last time on the show. You can get information on how to move a little better, you know, because I believe in that. Like, and now, you know, all respect to Junior, but I don't think you're going to win doing that, you know.
Win what?
You're not gonna win the prize, which is you know, having a good time. Not like that's like rule number one. You don't buy things like that. You don't buy those type of gifts. You can get somebody a cell phone. Their cell phones out here for $60. You know, you don't have to do all that. You know, but you know, Colombia is a different monster, man. Like.
He in all reality, he should have went to the Dominican Republic first.
He needed to spar first before he got in the ring with somebody like, you know, Mike Tyson. You can't just Colombia is like Mike Tyson, man. You know.
What you're saying is there's levels to this shit.
There's levels to this shit. You got to get in there. You got to go spar a few times. You know, you're gonna take a few L's, you know, but it's gonna prepare you. All right, let's just put it this way: all these trips, they all Mike Tyson. We gonna lose. But when you spar, you ain't gonna get knocked the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? you gonna get your licks in. Now you might win a round. You might win a few rounds, but you definitely gonna lose by decision at the end of the day, because you spending money regardless. Like I'm the older I get, I'm starting to look at it, and I'm not trying to turn you guys off from going. Enjoy your life, man. We only get one, but we all know just to go, you're spending $400 or $500. And that's our end. There's some people I heard, my boy from Cali, I met him in Sosua. He spent $1,200. And the crazy shit, I meant to tell you that he went in COVID. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, the prices was like,
oh, the prices was dumb cheap.
Giving away. How the fuck you pay $1,200 to go to the DR?
Them prices was cheap. The flights were cheap.
To Colombia. That's what we should have went. Oh, they had it closed off, right?
I think so. That was one of those countries that was closed. Yeah. Jamaica was one of them too.
Yeah. So. You know, like, we gonna spend money regardless, man, guys. Just be smart about it and don't be a sucker, you know? Try not to be a sucker.
Junior, when you listen to this, I'm not clowning you. My boy Swag touched up on a lot of things, and I'm over here trying to promote the rest of the episodes. And your story does align with what Swag's talking about.
Nah, like back, you know, Junior, like for me, like, there's people that, you know, yo, you gonna go over there, you gonna fall in love. Shit, I've been in situations.
That happens, yeah.
You know, and it's just what it is. You know, it is what it is. But you gonna spend your money, it's your money. You know, I don't, like I said, I'm not saying you're counting it. I don't look at nobody else's money. Like I always tell my boy right here, or anybody that come with me in Sosua, what happens here stays here between us. You know, you want to be with a chick all weekend. You want to spend money on you do you.
Except herpes, that shit comes right back.
Well, yeah, you know that.
You ever went raw dog?
No, never.
I have, like a fucking idiot. I have a couple times.
I mean, I have the time with it. You know, I told you about. Where I was just tearing this chick up and the condom popped. That was it. Scared the shit out of me, but you know, I finished what I had to do. You know, had to do. I mean, shit already broke. I threw another one on. I was like, fuck it, just to make me feel better. I threw another one on and finished the job.
I did one of my brother's moves. He does the sign of the cross before he goes in raw. Oh my God, it's stupid, but in the moment, it's like, God damn, boy, this shit looks good.
I was reading something earlier. They said, you know, don't play with curiosity because you'll find out. You know, like, protect yourself at all costs. You know, like, listen, man, it's that easy to change and ruin your life, man.
You heard about the rampant spike in Houston with the STDs and HIV?
To be honest, yo, like, I've always heard about Houston. You know, Houston's always been up there. Like, I don't know why they act like it's something new. I don't know if it's a distraction. I heard about the shit that's going on in New York.
What's going on in New York?
It's supposed to be some type of new STD, some shit. I don't even know, bro. Like I can't even get to enter it, but it was something about some STD going around on your skin and all types of shit, man. I don't know, man. But it's supposed to be running rampant in New York, but I haven't heard or seen anything. You know, but Houston, yeah, Houston's always been on the that shit is nothing new. That shit always been up there. They was saying HIV. Now they talking about that regular STD, like some shit that's curable. All right, that's an improvement. Because Houston was straight AIDS, bro. Shout out to Houston. I had a really good time in Houston. That was one of the, you know, back to the mongering shit. I went on a
work trip.
I went on a work trip there for 2 weeks, all paid, and I was able to run into 2 lovely young ladies on my trip. One I got directly from my great website of X Videos, and you know, she was able to come over and perform all the shit I seen her do for years on X Videos. That's one of the amazing things I had in life. I'm gonna say 10 out of 10. Like, you ain't never gonna fuck one of them bitches off X Videos or Pornhub. Like, they just gonna have they fucking their boyfriends, or they ain't answering you. So for her to answer and show up, shout out to her. You know,
It meant a lot.
It meant a lot, especially because I went when it was Hurricane Harvey, so shit was shut the fuck down.
Damn.
Like, you trying to get some pussy, you barely get any food, you know what I'm saying? So,
Oh, I'm sure you get pussy out there because they need that money.
well, like I said, the shit was flooded. It was flooded. It was curfews. It was all types of shit going on. It was fucking mosquitoes everywhere.
And it's crazy we talking about this because as we speak, they got Hurricane Burrow going on right now.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, shout out to her. Shorty came through. That bitch drove from like an hour away and came through. You know, I blessed her.
You remember how much you paid her?
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. What is that? I offered her, you know, about 100. She was with it. Okay. She hit me back like, listen, I'm coming a little far, 120. I said, okay, $20? I ain't gonna have you over 20. Then 30 minutes, she like, yo, I need a little more. I was like, all right, this bitch playing with me. But I was so fucking horny, and I couldn't even, I'm not gonna lie, I was horny, bro.
He was with it. He was like, fuck it, just
I'm
pull
mad
up.
because we had the work bitches with us, and they wasn't giving up no pussy. I'm like, I can't believe we got all this fucking liquor here, we drinking, and nobody giving up no pussy. Like, you know, at least that's my knowledge. She came through, I gave her like 140. She did everything she did on the fucking video, I ain't gonna lie to you. And, you know, that was the first one, and I had another one. Shout out to my Colombiana. She's from, this was actually one of the first Colombian girls I ever dealt with. She is from, what part of Colombia is that? I forgot. Anyway, she's a beautiful black woman, yo, from Colombia. Born there, you know. Her father dealt with, I don't want to put her business out there a lot, but, you know, they was definitely down with, you know, the Escobars and shit like that. And, I didn't know a lot of that until I got in the bitch car, and I was like, yeah, you need to drop me off. Like, mom's doing hard time, pops, you know, shit is crazy.
I can't be seen fucking with you.
It's not even shit. I don't even want to.
I don't want those problems.
I ain't want none of those problems with the Colombians, and, you know. So like I said, always be careful how you move. But shout out to her. Shorty was one of the most beautiful. She's still my friend to this day. One of the most beautiful women I ever met in my life. She came through. She showed the nigga love. Motherfuckers couldn't even believe it because this bitch is drop dead gorgeous, bro. I'm talking ass, titties, lips, hair, face, eyes, everything. And she's a normal person. Like, you could talk to her. Like, shit, at the times I couldn't even believe I had the bitch. But it just gave me a confidence boost. And, you know,
Yeah.
especially around my coworkers, because motherfuckers was hating. I was like, nah, you know. And she was, let me tell you how dope she was so dope that she knew niggas wasn't getting no pussy. And she was like, listen, I got some homegirls that'll bless y'all, no problem. Point to many friends you got, and I'll bring a bitch for them. And, you know, whatever happens, happens. We got y'all for free.
Free? Oh, yeah, my God.
Free. But I'm going to keep it real. I did some, you know, them niggas was hating too much. So I was like, fuck them. I ain't going to bless them. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is hating. They talking shit. So I said, fuck them. You know what I mean? And we had it. We was deep, you know. You know, this was back when I was working for, you know, government shit. And we was driving around in fucking black Denali's. You know, we was getting money, double our checks, fucking $200 a day for, you know, whatever the fuck we wanted to do. Plus, you know, like I said, double our checks. And so the money wasn't an issue, but they was just hating. So I was like, fuck it, you know what? I ain't putting them on the shit. I went out with her a few times and did my thing, yo. I got to explore Houston. And, you know, I went to the hood. Shout out to Greenville. And some of the best fucking soul food I ever had. And the women and the people was down to earth and fun, you know. Shout out to Houston. Y'all good. Y'all improving. If it's just the STDs, you'd be all right, you know. Because before it was straight AIDS.
Earlier you mentioned about getting a girl off X videos. Speaking of X videos, I saw this Brazilian chick in one of them videos, porno flick. To me, she looked good. You know I love my black women. So I looked for her and I found her Instagram. She only got like, I think at most 3,000 followers. So I requested her, I followed her, whatever. And I messaged her. She said, hi. I'm like, oh my God, yes. I want to catch her early, bro. I got to make a trip to Brazil, bro. I have to.
I got a Brazilian story real quick for you.
Go ahead. We ain't rushing.
Yeah, years ago. This was actually before I met you and before I went to DR. Before I met you and before I went to DR, I was on my Brazilian wave crazy, bro. I mean, insane. Everything I looked at on porn was Brazil. Since high school, actually. Shout out to Mike in Brazil. I don't know if you guys remember him. But he was a white guy who would go to Brazil and just be doing everything. Not everything, but you know what I mean. All the bitches and shit like that. So anyway, fast forward.
I was in love with that bitch Luana. Remember her?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, hell yeah. You got in contact with her? That's what you talking about?
No.
Yeah, she definitely could still get it. She's probably like 50 right now. I don't know, maybe 40, 50,
that
45.
That bitch fell off the face of the earth. Whoever got her, he wifed her, and he's like, nah, you don't need no social media.
The thing about Brazil, though, and these places, DR, Colombia, there's 1,000 of Luanas. There's
Yeah.
You know, they being, you know, not to sound like a pervert, but they born every day, you know? Like, they're going to get there to that age where they're, you know, they're legal and you do your thing. But, yeah, so back to my Brazilian experience. So, one day I was watching this porno, and there was a black dude who used to go over there a lot. His name was Lee. He was a real good dude. Any question I asked, I emailed him. He actually responded. And this is a producer that's making fucking money making porno videos. And in America, he's making money. That's crazy. In Brazil. So, for him to take the time out to answer me and answer all my questions. Not only did he do that, he put me on with a bitch. And I didn't have a flight. I didn't have a passport. I didn't have shit. I didn't even know what I was going to do. I was a young motherfucker who was still telling my parents what hotel I might stay in when I go on vacation. So for him to shout me up, that's one of the, I don't throw it around too much, but I was one of the OGs in the game that actually opened my eyes to certain things and how travelers of all colors and backgrounds should treat each other. You know, you got information, give information, man. You got a lot of bitch niggas that go to these places now and they hold information, like, not to get off, but just to sidebar, like I've been in groups and I've seen niggas talk about girls are burning or they got this or they got that, and they won't mention a bitch name. But we all go into these places and you're like, oh, I don't want to tell you who it is. Oh, I'm not gonna tell you who told me. Like, who the fuck? Like, we all supposed to be brothers. If somebody's burning, giving somebody something that's incurable,
put others
call
on.
that bitch out.
Yeah.
So you protect everybody else. That's how I move. But anyway, so back to him. Lee G, he gave me contact information, man, and I got in contact with a lady. I don't remember her name, but she did Brazilian porn, and she had the fucking, her body was insane, bro. And I just hit her up because he gave me her information on somewhere to stay. Like, listen, hey, this girl can take you places. She's trustworthy. She can,
That's crazy.
Stay here. So I hit up, hey, I'm looking to come. And I was really gonna go by myself. Like, I was like probably 19, bro. And she hit me back with information. And as for like, I want to say for like a month straight, that bitch, every time I came home from work, I would open my email and I would have at least 20 pictures of this woman. Dang. I mean, in all angles, by this her taking pictures for me, pussy, ass, hole open, fucking titties.
There was no Facebook. There was no social media.
I had a little ass, back
That's
in the day when
crazy.
everybody had the little computers where they were taking them to work with them, and I
Yeah.
had one of those. It was an Acer, by the way, and one I could afford, and I took that motherfucker everywhere. And when I would get home, the only reason why I didn't take it to work is the battery sucked. But when I would get home from work, man, I mean, she would have my email filled with fucking pictures, man. I couldn't believe it. It blew my mind.
So what happened that you never went to Brazil?
I just, I didn't want to go by myself. I was kind of afraid to travel. That's why, you guys got an advantage of today. Now you got podcasts, you got people giving you information.
YouTube.
I didn't know shit. Yeah, YouTube. Like back then, you couldn't see this shit on YouTube. You see the favelas and you see fucking Ipanema and Rio. That's it. You don't see.
You get scared. You get intimidated.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get robbed out there. I'm gonna get killed.
Yeah, in a way, but it was like, yo, I didn't have nobody to go with. I was a guy back then. Excuse me, guys. I was a guy back then that I wanted to enjoy my vacation with someone else. I wanted somebody to go with me. I was so big on that.
And today, would you go with somebody? Like, would you wait on somebody to go? Or you be like, you know what? If you ain't got your money right, you ain't got your days off of work right, I'm sorry, I gotta go.
Nah, I'm not. I don't wait on anybody because, time to wait on no man.
Facts.
I don't know when was my last day on this earth. So, yeah, I'm not waiting on nobody. Now, you my brother. Yeah, like, you my brother. So, if you like, listen, I can't go right now. Next month, I'm good. I'll wait. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just what brothers do, supposed to do for each other. But, I have a cousin who, what am I, 38 now? I'm still waiting on this motherfucker to go to DR with me. He keeps telling me to wait. And we've been talking about this shit since we was 18. So if you wait around for the wrong motherfucker, you will never go. So like I said, there's a lot of people that's traveling, that's like-minded. Man, I ran into so many people, Shout out to my pops. I took him on his first trip to Sasua. I don't know if that was one of your questions, but I'm going to just go ahead and talk about it. He was one of those guys that, he was, his Sasua back in the day was the Korea. He was in the Army. He retired, and to him, Korea was Sasua. But what motherfuckers don't understand is that Korea ain't nothing really compared to Sasua. Colombia, nothing compares to Colombia. These places, they have their own shit. But Korea, and they ain't fucking with no Sasua, no Colombia, man. These are you talking about Koreans, no disrespect to Koreans and nothing like that. But, they not as, they got some thick motherfuckers, bitches thick. But Colombia, Brazil, Colombia, Brazil, and DR, those are places that shit is in their DNA, man. You know what I'm saying?
They giving you service.
So he was from a different time, my dad. So when I took him there and I took him to Sasua, this was last month, I could see it because I'm, I've been going for years. I can see it just blew his mind. He didn't know, he handled himself very well, but he was too conservative. And I'm like, listen, you can't be that way out here. You gotta just let go, bro. Just put it in your mind that you're drunk and you're fucking having a good time.
Give me an example of how he was being conservative.
He was just very quiet,
Around.
He was looking for me to hook him up, but didn't want me to hook him up. I'm like, listen, bro, I can't. Out here, these bitches are lions, man. You gotta act like you've been here before. Now I can throw you a little assist, but like I said, he's much older. And and there's a lot of OGs out there that's moving way better than me and him. But I'm moving pretty good. But I'm just saying, just because he's older doesn't mean they don't know what they're doing. There's a lot of OGs that's doing it right. I learned from a lot of OGs still. But my dad was definitely he was in a different space, So. Me, I'm not gonna say I'm fluent in Spanish, but I understand. I think I can have a decent certain conversation if I can lead it. He doesn't know Spanish. He doesn't know how to use the phone translator. He barely know how to use WhatsApp. So it was almost like a mission with him out there. Like I was basically doing everything for him. You know what I'm saying? And you can't be that way in DR. My personal opinion. You could get away with that shit in Colombia, but in DR, like. You can't get away with that shit because they're gonna eat you up. They're gonna say like you knew. They're gonna get you. And I'm just gonna, when I say, let me touch on that because I don't want to scare you guys away. They're gonna try to get you for a little more money. They're gonna sweeten. They're gonna. I got stories for days, guys. They're gonna try to make it seem like they're different from any other girl. One thing that I always tell you guys, and I tell myself, no matter how good she looks, no matter how fucking nice she is, whatever story she has, how good she fuck you, if she cook, if she got a job, I don't give a fuck. It's just your turn, bro. That's it. It's just your turn.
That's a fucking bar. I tell Junior this all the time. She's not yours. It's just your turn.
Now, to be, devil's advocate, my man Junior, I'm gonna keep it real. Like, you can get a girl, but what sense does it make for you to get one if you don't live there? Just keep it real. Like, listen, we friends, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I'm out here, you mine. You my bitch. When I'm out here, you my bitch. Fuck it. I could fuck you all week. I'm good with you. You better off having that relationship with her than to have a long distance fucking this bitches in South America, bro. South America. It's hard to have a bitch, in the south of USA, and you live in New York. So, and then, if she doesn't speak your language, Junior, she's fluent in Spanish, so it kind of worked out a little better for him. But, my personal opinion for me, it's hard, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I was a sucker a few times, and it take a real minute to admit that shit. I was a sucker a few times, but I knew better, and I knew I was being a sucker. I'm like, fuck it, I'm testing myself. Let me see if she's really real. Let me do this.
You're gonna get disappointed every time.
Every time. Not disappointed, but it was more like I knew that shit. I knew it was gonna
You're gonna
happen.
prove yourself right.
Yeah,
if you have that mindset where look, I was trying to tell Junior, and I'm bringing him up, but this is all the old Junior. For the listeners, Junior has a big update in his personal life that I'm not gonna talk about. The next time he's here and we do that episode, I'm gonna let Junior tell it all. But the old Junior, meaning when he first started going to Colombia, I would tell him, you're going to lose them the way you got them. If you got a bitch off of money, you're going to lose her. She's not going to be into you. If you start fucking with a bitch and she was cheating on her boyfriend, you think she's going to be loyal to you?
Shit. Listen,
the answer is
man.
no, bro.
I mean, listen, man. I've had. It depends on the person, bro. Like, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't want to sound like. I'm gonna give you one of my honest opinion. I'm gonna give it to you, yo. We got viewers on here who have different opinions, but some bitches ain't for every nigga, man. It's some bitches that'll cheat on their man and fuck with you, and you give them everything that they need, bro. They back to being a regular bitch. Would I trust her? No, but you know what I'm saying. Like, I've had situations where they proved me wrong and they was good. Maybe like one or two, you know what I'm saying? But I never took them serious. But when I had gave them my time, everything I seen, they was legit with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't committed to you to the way you think I am. So if you did cheat, you did a good job hiding that motherfucker. Cause you know what I'm saying? Like, but these women are gonna do what they want to do, bro. Like, that's what niggas gotta really start understanding, that these women, they treat better than us. Because I think part of it is our ego. We don't want to believe that your woman is cheating on you, man. I got some situations, man, and I'm like, yo, it makes me afraid.
Tell me about one. I can think of one right now.
Well,
a female coworker of yours.
Yeah,
Talk about it. You don't gotta say names.
I definitely ain't gonna say no damn names. But listen, shorty's married. And I'm wrong, but listen. I wasn't the one that got married.
If it wasn't you, it's somebody else.
Basically, So, she been taking care of niggas since I've been working where I'm working at. It's been going on 5 years, and I mean, shit. If it ain't 2 or 3 times a week, it's usually once a week. For 5 fucking years, and you married with kids. But her excuse is always time. And that's why a lot of guys gotta understand, yo. A lot of these women, yo, their excuse be the littlest shit. He ain't got enough money. Oh, he ain't do this. Oh, I'm just mad at him. So I'm gonna go out there and do this. And this is things that I've heard from her mouth throughout the years. And, you know, most people will say I'm fucked up for doing it and doing that. But fuck that. I'm getting my nut, yo. Like, at the end of the day, I could have did more to ruin them.
You can't get mad at the man, no matter how much you mad, how much it hurts, how angry you get. You cannot get mad at the man because the man's gonna be a dog.
And that's what niggas need to understand too. When you catch your bitch, don't get mad at that nigga. You know, get mad at her because he don't know you. He don't know you. Even if he know of you, he don't know you. She's the one who has the commitment.
She's the one who gave it up.
She's the one who broke your
nah, if you my boy, you know, or my family and you fucking my, that's a different story.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, that's why I said he doesn't know you. But when you know the person, it's kind of fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, but, you know, like, I sat there and I do studies for niggas, you know, for the motherfuckers that's on the sidewalk scared to step in the street. Like, yo, these women out here, they got a lot of game, bro. And I'm not saying don't trust none of them, but to me, for what's been working for me, I don't fuck with a bitch unless they like me. I ain't going to bag you. You know, I know we got a lot of people on here listening. I'm not going to pursue you. You know, a lot of people live in other countries, so I'll try to get off my slang a little bit. So, you know, I'm not going to go pursue a woman all the time. You know, I like a woman that's going to come and pursue me. When you get a woman that's going to pursue you, it hit a little different because they're interested in you. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you get a woman that can spend money on you. That's even better. You know, I've been in cases like that. I also, actually, you know what? That shit ain't always 100% accurate because I've had women spend money on me and just say, fuck you after a while. Like, I'm good. So, you know, just be smart. Keep your eyes open. Keep your head on the swivel.
You never go for the girl that you like. Go for the girl that likes you. Because the girl that likes you, she's gonna take care of you. The girl that you like, you're gonna tolerate her bullshit, and she's gonna keep pushing the limits because she knows you like her.
Well, that's where it comes. Like, for me, like, I agree, but I also feel like go for what the fuck you want in life. Like, I've taken like I said, the girl that was spending money, mm-hmm. I went for her. This was a girl that I worked with at Java, TSA. I wanted this bitch for years, bro. I mean, you know how you say you like your black woman?
Yeah.
This is one of the black women. I'm like, damn, this bitch is nice, bro. Fat ass, big titties, lips, fucking hair always done, dark skin, and I'm like, damn. So, you know, real story. I run into her one day. I'm going shopping, you know, just some regular shit. You know, I'll probably get some food or something. I don't remember. And I see her, and I like this bitch so much. I just disrespected her space. I gave her a hug and all that shit. She gave me one, but you could tell she was kind of like, you know, like, damn, you know. So fast forward, I added her on the gram. So boom, boom, you know, I like a few pictures here and there. She'll like a few. One day I was like, fuck it. I hit her ass up. And one thing I would say about women, you can get any woman you want. You got the right timing, you'll get them. My brother always told me that. It's all about timing. Look around. Look at these motherfucking women. They fucking niggas like Rick Ross. And, you know, he getting it because it's money. But they'll fuck you. You might have the money. You might have the timing. You might have the charm. But you might, you know, you just might do it for her. But you can get it, bro. Always go for what you want. So anyway, long story short, I went for what I wanted. And I got her. I had her in the DM. She was going through some shit. She didn't tell me, but I eventually, you know,
got it out of her.
We dated for 2 years after that. But I knew why, you know, I was able to get her, you know. She was going through some shit. I was able to get it. Boom. Off the rip. First date. Got it. I ain't hit it the first date, but I took her out. We went out to get some bullshit Mexican food. Cheap eats, drinks. At a restaurant, but you know, it's cheap. So we in the car, cheap about action. So like I said, go for what you want. You know, it didn't work out with me and her. We still remain friends to this day, you know what I'm saying? She actually hit me up, I would say recently. Now this chick broke it off for me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna front, I was fucked up about it because that's something, you know, it's a bitch I bagged. I really wanted the bitch. I had it for 2 years. I'm doing everything. Imagine a bitch you really want and you get her. And you doing all types of shit you imagine you wanted to do to a bitch on some perverted shit. I'm doing all types of shit to her. You know what I mean? And the bitch lived walking distance from me. I'm like, wow. Single bitch, all that. I'm chilling. I'm hitting the shit out of any which way I wanted to. And so anyway, she broke up with me. I ain't gonna front. I called my boy up, you know, Nano, and we went to fucking Sasua. You know, it took a minute for me to get adjusted again back into that lifestyle.
You talking about when I brought you back to life?
I would say, yeah.
Give me my flowers, my friend. Give me my flowers.
Yeah. So it took a minute for me, but I needed that trip. You know what I'm saying? So I blocked her. I said, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Because I know me and I know her. She's the type of bitch that she'll do something to you.
Never take them back, fellas. Never.
So I'm enjoying my trip. And she called me when I was out there. Remember on FaceTime?
I remember.
Son and all that. Anyway, so fast forward 2 years after we break up, I was on some horny shit. I unblocked the bitch. Said hello. She responded. Boom, 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 boom. So we started talking. Boom, boom. Nothing crazy. Just had regular conversation. Hi and bye. Or what's up? How you doing? Boom, boom, boom. How's your kid? What? One day I get a text message. I'm at work. I'm on my way to work, one or the other. She said, hey, can we have a conversation? I want to talk to you. I'm like, okay, what's up? You know, I'm thinking, give me some pussy somehow, you know. She's like, hey, you know, do you think we can get back together? So I immediately, I gotta, you know. So I'm like, you know, what do you mean? Like, you know, to me, guys, I don't think it's, you know, I don't think it's too good. I don't think it's good to go backwards.
I was going to wait for you to say what you were going to say before I ask this, but let me chime in real quick. Let me ask this right now. When a female tells you, oh, it's not working for me right now, or I think we should take a break, what does that mean to you? What do you think?
I think she's being a selfish bitch. I think she's, you know, she has her eye out on somebody else.
There you go.
But I also think she respects her pussy enough to not fuck two niggas or three, whatever the fuck. I'll just say two at the same time. So let me just keep it real. Like, you know, all jokes aside, to me, and I'm learning from one of my, like I said, I use this word very loosely, but it only applies to like maybe 3 people in my life when I say OGs. My brother, he's one of my OGs. When he told me this, like, when a woman do some shit like that to you, she is being selfish. She wants to, it's called a monkey branch. But that's another time. Hold on. So what she's doing there, she don't want to hurt you by fucking somebody else. She don't want to really have 2 niggas fucking a pussy. But some bitches will do that. So what she wants to do is preserve you and give the attention to the nigga that she really want. Okay? So by putting the nice guy, the guy she, you know, that she knows she's safe with, to the side and say, I need time. Most motherfuckers gonna be like, damn, yo, I'm doing this with her. I like her. All right, I'll give her some time. You know, most bitch niggas. You know, you got some niggas like, what? That she wouldn't even try that too. You know what I'm saying? So if she one of the niggas, you know, if you one of the dudes that get tried, everybody get tried by a bitch. It's just, don't act like you never gonna get tried. Everybody gets tried, bro. You might not realize it, but you got tried. Anyways, they put you to the side so they could do their thing peacefully. That's basically what it is. You know, in my situation, I think, in my opinion, I think I'm a smart enough dude to know that she put me to the side so that she can pursue who she was with before. You know what I'm saying? She thought the shit was gonna change, and it didn't.
So when she came back to you, was like, oh, I think we should get back together. Or can we get? What was your reaction? How did you feel?
I felt like I was laughing at her. You know, I was laughing at her because, you know, I've every situation I try to grow from it. I try to take, you know, I try to take bits and pieces from it and improve myself. So one thing that I did notice off the rip, like, not to jump to the conversation, but I've noticed now. I want you guys to understand this. I consider this one right here, very intelligent woman. Yeah, she make dumb decisions, but, you know, she's a very intelligent woman. Like, just hearing her speak, you can tell she's a person that gets busy in the books. So when she contacted me, I felt I had a moral victory. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew that I was good. I've done things for her that I never done for a woman. You know, and that's because I was young. So when I was with her, I developed into a better stage in my life as a man, and I was treating her like she should have been treated, you know, like a man should treat her. And one thing, like my OG, my brother, he would tell me little shit, and this nigga barely met her. Say, yo, she ain't ready for that shit, bro. She not ready for that. I would tell him, like, it'll be good shit. He's like, bro, she ain't ready for you, bro. She ain't ready for you. She ain't, you know, And I was like, you know, all right. But then I started seeing shit. I'm like, damn, nigga, right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I took this bitch to, when I say bitch, you know, we on this shit. I'm just talking. I don't want to really mention her name. I
You
took
can say
her,
bitch. Go ahead.
yeah, of course. I said it already. But I took her to an all-paid birthday trip to Puerto Rico. I paid for everything. From the bags to the flights to the seats to the fucking food, every day, breakfast. You know, it was her birthday, lunch, dinner, drinks, everything. And she still had her face frowned. And I don't think she had her face frowned because, you know, we was in Puerto Rico. She wanted to go to Jamaica. She had her face frowned because she was with a nigga she didn't want to be with. That's how I felt. And, you know, she was searching for that guy that she wanted, that she had. That's why I said I think she went back to her past. Because she was always in comparison with something when it came to me. I was too nice. And when I became the dog in the relationship, and I'm like, shut the fuck up. I'm talking her crazy. Shut the fuck up, bitch. I ain't doing it.
That's how you do it.
She respected the shit out of me.
Yep, that's how they do it. That's how you do it.
When I'm the nice guy, like, hey, baby, nah, I just want to, you know, take you out and show you I appreciate you. It was like,
Yep.
you too, you know, you're too soft, you're too nice. She actually told me I was too nice to her. I'm like, what? What do you want me to do? Beat you? Like, what do you mean I'm too nice to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think a person could ever be too nice unless you're taking advantage of them, you know? So that's your answer right there, motherfucker. She basically was taking advantage because if I was too nice, then, you know, some people, that when you give them a gift, they're like, I can't accept that. Because they know that's too nice that you know they have boundaries. But yeah, so like I said, you know, not to keep going on, but she asked for me to consider getting back with her, and I said okay, so I entertained this shit, you know, because I like I said, I wanted some pussy. Pussy was amazing, and you know, when you got I don't know about you guys, but when you got a nice black girl with a nice body and that fucking chocolate skin, that shit talk to you something different. Double D titties and shit, chocolate, everything pierced, nipples, pussy, everything. It's different. So I was like, yeah, I gotta get up in that again. I was single. I ain't had nobody around besides the, you know, little bitches I've been fucking with. So anyway, back to the serious part though. As a man, you know, we gotta really be serious. Sorry guys. Well, yeah, when we started talking and, you know, going over things and stuff like that, I noticed how much I matured past her, and to the point where she noticed it, because she was just, the shit she was saying and the shit she was like still stuck on. I was like there's no I don't need to get back with you because, and I told her this, you didn't change for the better. Basically, she was blaming everything on me, not owning the shit that she did. You know,
that sounds like a
now
woman.
remember, this is a person that said I'm too good, or how am I at fault or anything. You know, I'm not perfect, but damn, if I'm too good, I'm treating you too nice. How the fuck am I at fault? You're saying that you know, the reason we broke up because none of the shit she said before. So I respectfully declined her, and you know, and it was a moral victory for me. And you know, to this day, she still hit me up. She still talk. She still, you know, but her pride won't let me come over there and smack that shit again. So I'm gonna get her one day. I'm gonna come back on a podcast and I'm gonna talk about it.
That's a woman right there.
Oh yeah,
that's a woman.
And she's, you know, I hope one day she mature enough to get better, you know, because she got some good pussy, you know. Somebody should have that, you know. I know she probably tired of giving out community pussy because ain't no way listen, somebody in that shit, bro.
How old is she?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I think she's about 34 now.
Okay, so she's getting up there.
Yeah.
The older they get,
listen to me,
the less marketable they become.
To me, I'm gonna keep it real. Niggas say after 25, once a bitch to me hit 30, you better stop playing. You better stop playing. Like, yo, get you a dude, get you a nice dude. You know what I'm saying? I know it's not easy. You know, get something that you attracted to. Not what you know. Of course, you want something that you want, but get something that you could, you know. You ain't gotta settle, but damn, give a nigga a chance. You know, like y'all be out here chasing these thugs and there's all this bullshit. And then y'all get all used up and have babies about him, and then now y'all want the good guy, but then you want to change the good guy into the thug. Or you want to, it's weird because they want to change the good guy into the thug, but then they want to change the thug into the good guy. I'm like, what the fuck do y'all want? You understand what I'm saying?
Women don't know
Like
what
I
the
was,
fuck
to
they
me,
want, man.
I was too nice for her. She wanted me to be on some thug shit. But when she really had the thug nigga, she wanted him to be on some nice shit. Like, nah, bro, you can't have both. You know what I'm saying? You pick and choose. If you want both, then you know what to do. You know, you hit one day, you hit another. That's why I say, guys, protect yourself.
That sounds like my son's mother, just a bit. It reminds me of my son's mother. That situation. I'm not gonna get too much into it, but we had split because back when we were together, she was cheating on me. So when we split, I went my way, she went her way, and then years later, she came back to me like, oh, around the time my mother died, she was like, oh, I think we should get back together. And I said, why? And I guess she didn't find anybody out there that she was looking for. So now you went out there, you put your pussy out there, nobody was doing what I was doing, and you realized that a little too late. So all right, so I declined, and then she went like on what is it when they celibate? Yeah, so she did something like that, and then this was recent. I always send her text messages, we talk about our son, whatever. Then I sometimes I'll be like, yo, you gonna let me hit that or what? And she's like, no, stop. Never, whatever. But then recently I said, yo, when you gonna let me, hit it from the back? And she was like, no. I said, oh, so you gonna let me hit it from the back? And then she said, yes. I was like, oh, shit. What happened? Yeah, I guess she needed it. So she came through. She brought my son. He went to go play Xbox. We went in the room and I smashed. And then when I was done, I was like, yo, she gotta go. She wanted to stay and cuddle and watch TV and eat, and I was like, I was not with it. I was not with it, man. I was just like, all right, bro. I think that's probably the last time I hit her.
And those are the ones that always come back, bro. I'm telling you, those are
they miss what you used to give them, but then when they change you, I don't know, man. I don't want to call anybody a sucker for that, but I just.
You know what I do? I'm gonna keep it real. I had a few instances that I felt like with them chicks, they come back because they know they're safe with you.
Yeah.
It's just a comfort. It's not. I mean, sometimes they grow and y'all can get back together. But one thing I've learned in my 38 years on this earth, that when a woman leaves or a woman does some wild shit to you, she's never gonna look at you the same. I don't give a fuck who she found. God, whatever. Maybe God. Maybe she might get changed, but she's always gonna remember what she did. And like they said, when she did what she did to you, when she was taking that dick, she put that shit slipped out and she put it back in, bro. And that's just what it is. I've had girls that I've helped, bro. This one girl in particular, I've helped her, bro. I did everything, not everything, like give her money and shit, like, but I gave her an out when she needed it. She was going through a lot of shit, and for years, we rocked for years, bro. And the bitch just always did some shit to fucking, show her dishonesty with me. So, they just gonna do it, bro. You allowed them to do it. And, shout out to myself. I was able to finally cut her off after 3 years. I said, fuck it. She been cut off from my life for 3 years. I ain't no going back, ever.
after you grow and you experience some shit, you realize
I'm just
pussy.
I do it honestly, yo. You gotta cut them off like that. I do it for my next man in line. It's your turn now, bro. But guess what? I'm gonna make it a little easier for you because she gonna be humbled a little more.
You know how they say not all money's good money? I think it applies to females too. Not all pussy's good pussy. It looks good, it feels good, obviously, but then the shit that you gotta deal with to get that, I don't know. Or maintain or keep it around, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth the struggle, worth the headache.
To be honest, yo, like, I think in today's world, you better all be in a mongerer, bro. And that's just
I agree.
That's my opinion. But, it's still some old school niggas out there. Like, you see how we got Uber. There's some niggas that still want to call the cab company. You still want to call them niggas and wait around? Like, you know what I mean? You got to memorize this shit. Like,
so you just touched on something. Are you in a relationship or are you single right now?
Right now, I'm actually in a relationship. But I'm in a relationship that's open. Like, when I say open, I mean she understands that I'm a man. That's one thing that she always said, shout out to her. She's always said that, listen, a man is going to be a man. I know you're going to fuck bitches, And most people say, oh, she's not confident. She's not. Nah, she could get niggas. She got a body on her. She pretty. She got everything that I like. You know what I'm saying? But she knows a man is going to be a man. She's an old school woman. One thing she just said, don't bring me back nothing, yo.
No
Do your
babies,
thing.
no diseases.
Don't bring me back shit. Do your thing. And of course I tell her for comfort, like, I ain't doing nothing. You crazy. Like, why you think like that? I want you only, But when I heard that shit, I was like, shit, hell yeah, I'm gonna do my thing, But that's the same young lady that I had my fun with, when I went to Turks, with the beautiful Venezuelan chick.
So I don't know if the next question I have applies to you, because it seems like you got the green light. But what I was gonna ask was, being in a relationship, how do you monger? Like, but again, for you, it doesn't. She knows you travel.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, I didn't say it, but I told her before we started to become serious. I said, listen, it's something that I do. She thought I was a drug dealer. I said, nah. I
wish.
I like to fucking travel. I said, one thing I like to do is I like to travel with my friends, my family, by myself. And I like to go to some places that people consider, a high activity of sex trafficking. But I go because it's cheap, and it is, the cheapest place you can go is Dominican Republic, to sit on a fucking beautiful, clean beach. In my opinion, there's no other place that's cheaper out of the country. Shit, Jamaica's worse than them, and they cost more.
No, the women in America got Jamaica, just like the men got the Dominican Republic.
I'm not talking about. Oh yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying? So I let her know a lot of things, and a real woman can honestly be honest, and they can read you. They know, especially somebody that been through some shit. They know what type of person they with, But your job is to never show them who you really are, yo. Fuck that.
All right, Swagger. So, tell me, do you have anything going on online? Are you making content, or like what's your? You don't have to talk about specifics, but if people want to, like, after they listen to this and they like what you had to say and they want to follow you, do you have any?
I'm gonna be honest, like, I haven't really had shit, but now I'm, if I get some feedback from you guys, I'll definitely come back on the show. But I'm gonna give you guys my Instagram. I'm sorry, not Instagram. You can have my YouTube, guys, and I do actually post some videos of some of the action that I've dealt with in the last few visits. I'm trying to make my channel a little bigger over there, so if you guys can go.
You can say it, but in the description of the episode, I'll put the link. I'll put your link.
All right,
in the
so
description.
that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna let them put the link in the episode. You guys can follow me there. You guys can also follow me on TikTok. So once I see that I got a little bit of audience, I'll start, really recording whatever the fuck y'all want to see. Cause I'm one of them type of dudes. Like, listen, you want me to go walk around this area? So I think it's important, because I didn't have that when I started going to these countries. So if you interested in going somewhere and you want to see firsthand view, because a lot of times when I watch YouTube, you got somebody that, like, I see a nice girl, and the motherfuckers don't even turn around and let you see the bitch ass. Like, I'm like, God, what the fuck you doing? Or you might be one of them dudes, like, I'm not gonna go every fucking way you request, but I'm pretty much, a regular person. Like, yo, I'm gonna go show the spots that need to be shown. I'm gonna go into details on what need to be seen, and I'll do that. But like I said, as long as you give me a follow and tell me that you're from from the
Chat Circus.
the Chat Circus, that's all you gotta do is write that in there. Then I'll follow you back, and the next trip I go on a lot of trips though. It's not just for mongering, but I go on a lot of trips, and I see a lot of females. Like, I got a trip planned, and I'm actually gonna invite you. I don't know if you guys, everybody's different, but like I said, me and my girl, we got a type of open, I want to say too open relationship, but she allows me to be with other bitches, as long as she's a part of it, So we actually got a planned trip for next year. February is a cruise. It's a swingers cruise, but I'm just we going for the bitches. Ain't no nigga touching my bitch. You know what I'm saying? I already told her that, like, listen, you better off jumping off board if you think that's gonna happen. Like, and if it do, you better off jumping off board, because you dead to me. You know what I mean? So I'm just exploring this thing we call life, man. And sometimes it takes somebody else to do it so you can see what's going on, and
How does one book a swingers cruise?
Well, one has to fucking start talking to motherfuckers more, answering their phone. But
you talking about me?
Yeah, you motherfucker. But nah, I put myself in a position where I started asking questions with people. I didn't know that Orlando, Florida is one of the biggest is the biggest place for swingers.
Really?
You know, I didn't know that shit. But so
Please tell me.
that's just, you know, that's what it is. And I had a friend of mine who actually went on a cruise. You know him. His name is Logo. You know Logo.
Okay, yeah.
So and he was posting shit, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, what the fuck? And he was sending me shit on the side, like, yo, look at this, look at that, look at this, look at this. I'm like, what? Oh shit. Like, even if you don't partake in any of that shit, just to go and see this shit is crazy. Like, and there's a spot also in Cancun called Temptations. I think you heard of that, right?
Yes.
So you're gonna hear a lot of other spots called Temptations, like in the Dominican Republic, and I think they have one in Jamaica. Don't go to those. The one you want to go to is in Mexico.
Really?
Yeah, that's
Why is that?
Because that's the one where it's the best. That's what everybody says. I have a coworker and I have a supervisor who goes frequently, and they have like some type of membership there, man.
Okay, so on another episode, we'll get into the specifics about this swinger shit. You piqued my interest. All right. Earlier, you had mentioned you spoke to some guy in Brazil who's making money out there, but he's from out here. Mm-hmm. And you emailed him and he responded.
Yep.
So you reminded me I have a platform. It's not a big platform, but I have a platform, and you have to engage with your listeners when they reach out. I feel it's a responsibility to reach back. So I want to give a big shout out to Brandon Snyder who reached out to me on Twitter. He tweeted, "Need more episodes ASAP." So my brother, I'm trying. It was a minor setback, but I'm slowly getting back into the groove. Junior, I need you. Whenever he decides he's gonna come back, he'll come back. I got SWAGGA with me. I'll do as many episodes as I can with Swag, and I got some other things that I'm working on. You just got to give me patience.
Yeah, and like I said, guys, this is my boys. This is his podcast. But if you guys have any questions for me or you want me to come back, just let him know, and I'll come back. You know, so that's what it is.
Well, that's all, folks. Thank you for listening. If you'd like to get in contact with us, you can reach us at linktree.com/chat circus.